we're not married to the church. Christ is.
That's right.
And he left us as under shepherds.
That's right.
No, we married to our spouse.
That's right.
That's who we're married to. And we have to get to the point where we have the church to realize and understand. It's like he says, sis, that there's nothing more beautiful, there's nothing more powerful and more satisfying than to have your spouse as a support for what God has given you to do in ministry. But you have to remind your church, you call me as pastor. You ain't called my wife.
That's right.
And my job is to take care of my wife.
That's right.
You know, we can't let the church try to work our spouses.
Thank you.
I'm taking care of my spouse. And if there's something that I want her to help do in the church, I ask her to do it. But everybody ain't gonna be running up giving my wife an assignment to do, or whatever to do. And 90% of the time, whenever I'm at Mount Zion or wherever I'm going, she's with me. But there's sometimes she come home and she get ready to go with me, and I tell her, you aren't going.
That's right.
Well, baby, I want to go. I'm married to you. I see you weary. I see you tired. I see it in your eyes.
That's right.
Right.
And I tell my church, I said, one thing ain't gonna. I said, me and my wife, both of us ain't gonna be tired in the house. Yeah, because your patience gets short.
Yeah.
You wore out. The home been what it's supposed to be. So if she come home tired, you get some rest. So when I come home tired, I can see a smile. When I walk in, it's gonna rejuvenate me, not both of us come in dry.
That's right.
And then
That's
you
right.
start hitting,
Exactly. So we as pastors have to help establish that, keep those things right in the church.
Right.
You know, my wife is by me, just like you said, just like I'm Christ's best man here with the church. My job is to be the under shepherd and to oversee the church.
Right.
Now, I don't need nobody to oversee my wife. I'm gonna take care of her.
That's right.
You know, and we establish those things. We work ministry together, and you know, and wives or husbands, because we're in that culture.
in that culture now.
That if a wife is a preacher or a pastor and her husband is there, you know, not to allow ourselves to get caught up in some of the things that congregants do by pulling you to the side, you know, I'm just gonna tell you this, and you might want to talk to your husband. You're assistant pastors, associate ministers don't get caught in that kind of stuff.
That's right.
We're not, but Christ
Amen.
is married to the church,
Christ.
not us.
That's right.
And it's brought out that we are the best man. When he come back, he's coming back for the bridegroom. So it's up to us to take care of those that we are
That's right.
involved with. And that's not our wife.
Right.
It's Christ.
Amen.
They have to be equipped. And we got to teach, and we got to teach, because Christian education, without Christian education, you can't really effectively and efficiently do any of these other things until you equip the body. And I always say Christian education is that ministry which undergirds every other ministry. And that goes back to what we started out at saying in the beginning, that even those who are called, if they aren't equipped for the
Right.
call, they're going to be ineffective in their position.
Right.
And so always it has to be, and I say this all the time, that it has to be, I call it the title of the towel. And a lot of people step into ministry because they want the title, but they don't want the towel of service. And so teach, teach, teach. Equip, equip, equip. And if it's outreach, then that's what we come thinking when we start, we got teachment, we got
Right.
teach mission. When we look at what Paul did, Paul's whole life was about mission.
Right. Right.
And it's to go. And
Right.
That's something we have to really focus more on teaching.
We just mess with a whole dynamic of a potential church.
Right.
You can develop a good church if you aren't good at what you're doing.
Right.
And
Right.
there's certain things I know I can and I will do, and there's certain things I know I can't and I won't mess with. Okay, I'm she push me at it. I was like, I can't do it, and I'm not going to do it.
Right.
That's
Right.
not just how I believe, how I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
I know there's in our women ministry they said they wanted one lady said she wanted to evangelize, and I'm looking right at everybody else. Nobody else is saying anything. I said, fine. you do a class on evangelism then.
Mhm.
You come back and teach us how to do it, and I'll support you. But don't look for me to do it, because I'm not one to do evangelism.
Right.
And those that may wanna do it, now they're equipped to do it, they'll follow you and go with you and evangelize, but don't expect everybody to do what you wanna do. 'Cause
Right.
thing in outreach is transparency. You have to be transparent,
That's right.
because how can, I used to be a drug addict, I ain't got no problem, because God had healed and delivered me. She's a trained counselor, I'm in school now to become a substance abuse counselor, because God's saying it's time for me to go over here, to be able to reach. But are you willing to sit there and let people take that facade off, that hat, that pretty suit,
Yes, yes, yes.
and let them see, I used to be here.
All right now.
But if it had not been for the
Come
Lord,
on, come on. Yes, sir.
who pulled me up also out of
That's right.
that horrible pit that Mara Clay, and he'll do the same thing for you.
That's right.
Now, I don't mind you watching me every day because I'm like a maggot. If you look at a maggot is what color? White. But where you find it at? In the midst of the garbage and the dirt. And you're gonna never see a dirty maggot.
That's a good point.
You see? We got to be able and willing to put that past behind us and
Yeah.
steady reach here.
That's right.
Don't worry about your back. Because I was teaching one day, and I thought, and God showed me this thing. If I keep my eye on God, I'm looking up at God. Where God looking at? Over my back. If I keep my eye on Him. Now, I mess around and do this. Now, He got to try and get down here too. And everybody really got messed up.
All
But
right.
transparency is one of the most important things about outreach.
All right.
You know, not being ashamed of where God has brought you from. Because we are overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the words of our testimony.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
right.
without that test, you ain't got no more. You got a
That's right. All right. We thank you.